Maxime Morelle, Sacred Heart Prep star. Incredible last 3 rounds here in the boys' shot put at the Stanford Invitational at Cobb track and Angell Field. Whatever you were searching for in those first 3, especially after those back-to-back fouls, you certainly sorted it out. Finished up winning 58-3, 17-75, and all 3, like I said, in the 4th, 5th, and 6th round, well over 17 meters. What was the shift? What was the technical adjustment that got us back to seeing you perform at the level that we know you're capable of?
Yeah, at the start it was definitely difficult, especially with a new ring that's super slick. But we kind of need to get adjusted to it and figure it out because you're not always ready for every scenario, and you have to be prepared for everything. I wasn't really prepared. That's why I started off kind of iffy. But then once you get the feel down for it, you really understand it, and then you can throw further.
In terms of that adaptability, obviously it's going to serve you incredibly well at CCS. Lord willing, help providing at the state competition. But just how, I mean, the marks in rounds 4, 5, and 6 were remarkable. But the fact that you were so resourceful, but also so calm and composed, and you didn't let the slick ring and the back-to-back fouls affect. How important was mental toughness today?
Mental toughness is huge in throwing, especially because you get multiple chances and you only get that 30 to a minute in that ring. And once you throw garbage, you kind of get in your head for the rest of the throw. So it's really about keeping your composure and understanding that you have multiple tries and it'll be okay. Reset yourself for the next throw and throw like you've been throwing in practice. That's why it's super important to practice, get down that muscle memory of throwing, because when shit hits the fan, then you got to know that you got to adjust to it like I did.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's definitely not easy, I would say. It's really, really hard to grow that mental toughness, especially when your first 2 throws are your worst. So, yeah, it's all about mental toughness and training that off the field and on the field.
Absolutely. In terms of once you had the feeling working, and you felt like you were kind of locked in with the footwork. How encouraged were you, or how enthusiastic were you about the technical aspects up top, and especially on the release point, most certainly on that 1775.
Yeah, for sure. As soon as I got the feel of the ring and kind of got to understand what I'm really dealing with here, I was like, let's go. I mean, I understand it now. Like, we have no time to waste. You got a few throws left. You got to give it your all.
Absolutely. Obviously, this is a very unique setup, Maxim, not just because of the ring, but the intimacy, I guess, for lack of a better word. I mean, there are people that can view you from about 5 different vantage points. It's not like Arcadia where people are locked inside fencing. It's not at the state meet where everything is so detached from the stands or the grass hill and whatnot. I mean, obviously, when you have great guys like like Yanni and Andres and so many others in the competition, that certainly helps elevate everybody's performance. But just having so many people around and really making shot put a spotlight and a focal point. What was it like to feed off that energy?
It was incredible. I mean, it definitely gets to you knowing that you're in a very cramped area. But again, it's about repetition in those type of scenarios. You always got to be prepared for whatever comes. I mean, you never know when someone's a foot away from you watching versus someone 10 feet away from you watching. So it's about knowing your environment and being prepared for that. And I obviously was nervous. I mean, started off terrible because it was all nerves. But then as soon as I realized the area, the ring, the environment, the people, the energy of this whole meet, it kind of got to me saying like, hey, let's go, like, I got it now.
Absolutely. Obviously, you have incredible belief. You're one of the best competitors, not just in the Central Coast section, but the state. But just keeping the main thing. Just trusting in the training, trusting in the process and whatnot. Like when things are a little bit uncharacteristic or early on, like is it important for you just to center back to the things that work for you in training the same way they do in competition?
Yes, for sure. As we go further down the season, you'll unlock new things, saying like, hey, we got to change this, change that. But it all comes down to what you've been learning from the start and your basics, just like how a baby's starting to walk and run. You always got to run back to those type of steps and figure out what's really going on versus changing every single increment every single week. And it's all trusting your coach, because although for me, sometimes I get annoyed by constant coaching and everything. You always got to believe in your coach because he's the eyes that's really watching what you're doing.
Most definitely. It all found its symbiotic center today, and you were the center of the universe here at the boys' shot put at the Stanford Invitational, Cobb Track and Angell Field. Again, Maxime Morelle, Sacred Heart Prep, 58.3, 1775. All the last 3 attempts over 17 meters. Great indication on April 4th of where he's going the rest of the year. Well done.
Thank you.